Hello everyone, this is part 2 of getting started videos from eDiary powered by Shrujan Systems. Here I'll show you again how to set up the rest of your master data. So in the last video I had shown how to set up a part of your master data using this particular action item on the left hand side under organization setup. So now you go to manage roles and permission. There is nothing that you got to do here unless you want to customize certain new role names which might be pertaining to your organization. Most of them we have supplied it as a part of the installation package or as a part of the initial offering, and you can either come to us, we'll help you out, or you can set up over here using the permission level as appropriate. But in this case we recommend you talk to us about it, and then we can guide you how to go about it in the right way, or if any customization is necessary from our side. Then the next thing to set up would be the conveyance rate master. This is applicable only if you are going to charge conveyance to the client through this system. Once people start filling in their diary entries, timesheet entries, and through that if you want to charge the conveyance accordingly, you can do that. Or if you are going to pay the conveyance to your employees, and if that is not applicable, then you can just enter 0 against everything. It's just driven by roles. So whatever roles you have, you will see that appearing over here under role names, and whenever you want you can select a new entry and select the effective date from which that dates will be effective, and you can select appropriate role names, and then you can set up 2-wheeler conveyance and 4-wheeler conveyance. And if you see here, 4-wheeler conveyance has 2 parts. If it is chargeable to client, you can have separate rates, and if it's not chargeable, you can have a different rate. So that's all about the conveyance rate master. And then you have standard rates. Standard rates are again role wise, and this we just put it over here so that when you do your budgeting and forecasting, so that is done at role level. So whenever it's done at role level, at that time it will pick up the rates over here to just budget that what is the what are the rates, or what is the amount you had or cost you had forecasted. Against that, what was your actual cost. So this is used mainly for calculation basis. So if you don't set up here right in the beginning, it's okay, but it's only that your budgeting and planning won't work from start. You got to set this up for budgeting and planning to work correctly. And here you can see branch wise holidays. So if you have selected only one branch for your organization, then you will see only one in this drop down. So in this case, let's select Pune, and you will be able to see all the holidays associated with Pune. Here you are seeing right now Sunday and second Saturday and so on, but that shouldn't be visible over here. In the latest version we have removed that, so this area would be clear, so that your holidays list should be pretty short, and it will be only pertaining to the public holidays. It's necessary to put the public holidays over here, otherwise whenever you are or any of your employees filling a diary, these days won't be visible, or it won't allow the employee to fill for these days, and if they have filled it for these days, then it will calculate over time if your organization follows that procedure. So to start with, for that current financial year, you got to go here and fill up your holidays here. Then the next part is filling up the client details. So you can punch in all your clients by clicking on location wise client. The name we have given is location wise client because here you can create the clients as well as you can give them multiple locations as well. So this is the master list where you can search the client over here if you need to edit it, or select or reset any of the parameters. I'll just tell you how to create a flash client. You click on this button, add new client, and this is the screen which will be visible over here. Here you give the client name, then distance, round trip in kilometers. So from your office, whatever is the distance to the client's place in round trip, you can mention it over here. And the amount is a round figure, just in case, let's say if kilometer wise conveyance is not applicable, and somebody wants to put a lump sum amount when they visit this client place in terms of conveyance, let it be like auto, or whatever is the maximum amount they can spend reaching here. so you can put it over here. It's just an approximation, and if you are not using conveyance rate to repay or bill to the clients, then it doesn't make any sense. You can just put it as 0. Then if the conveyance amounts are chargeable to client, you can select this flag, or else you can just keep it the way it is. You can select the branch name. This is the branch of your organization, so the client whichever you are creating, whichever branch is catering to this client, you can select that branch over here. You can have some alias for this client. If the client name is pretty long, then you can have some short readable name. Client address, PAN, and the location of this client. So mostly if the client location is only one, whatever is the first location, you can select it over here and keep it. And just in case if this client has multiple locations, you can just hit this button, add new location, and then you will see a screen where you can add multiple locations, and accordingly their distances, because each location will be different from that particular office in that branch. And after creating the client, you can manage the client configuration. Here the button says client configuration, but actually it is your organization's configuration, which is what your organization name is, and it can be a short form. What are your working hours, how many leaves in a month get credited to each and every employee's account, how many working days a month you have, and what are the weekly working days. Let's say if you have alternate Saturday as holiday, then you give 5,6. If it is a 5 week, then you give just 5 days a week, then you just give 5, and if it is 6 days a week, you just give 6. And just in case if it is Saturday half day, then you give 5.5. And then finally you can set your announcements over here. This is something which might be used on a regular basis. Whenever you have some important announcement to make in your company, you can just go to manage announcements and punch in the announcement that